welcome you to Easy Decorating with Annabelle for the holidays, at least at this time of year. I want to point out, as much as I talk about Christmas trees, you know, it's also fun to do wreaths. Now, in this particular wreath, we've got a 48-inch wreath right here, and it's just loaded with so many fun things. This is the year of the gingerbread man, the gingerbread cookie, the gingerbread nutcracker. All of that is just so wonderful. The cookbooks are out for gingerbread this year, so it's going to be so much fun to do. And when you look at this and you see the cupcakes and all we do with this one, you start just very easily. This is the lights are on this wreath, and it could be in place of your Christmas tree. There's another way to save space. You just put it on the wall and you're done, and you've got your Christmas decorating done. And be sure when you're working with something like this, let's look at this big fellow right here in the center. He just gives everybody the idea, this is the gingerbread wreath. We can certainly tell that because he dominates the scene. And around him are all of his friends and his little gingerbread houses. But the wreath is just as easy to do as anything else. And again, I will take one item at a time and put it on the wreath and use all that I have of it, like the giant size cupcakes here. And then you see the gingerbread houses, the little candy canes, but they all just mesh in, and you want to have just an easy eye flow. But I do start out in this way, just like anything else, as though I'm doing a tree topper. My bigger pieces are going on first. I like to use the big pieces first, and then I work in my smaller pieces. So all the stems that I've used and the branches go in first, and they frame out what I'm going to fill in from there on out. And I will then go to the bigger pieces, which would be the gingerbread houses. And of course, this gentleman is the very first item that goes up there. But it makes it so easy for you, and then they're hanging down. So again, you've got that animation, you've got a lot of activity going on there, and you've got a love for candy that you never knew you had, probably. And again, I love to use my reds and my big balls in these areas, because it just gives me an item that's concrete in the whole piece. Not a lot of little things, but every once in a while throw in that big piece so that your eye can go into something and just say, oh my gosh, now I see that. Now I'm going to move on to another area of this wreath. So these are beautiful, and as you're looking again, everything is candy. We have the candy train, we have the little candy houses, and I love the gingerbread kids this year. There's so many great looks in the gingerbread kids. The nutcrackers, you know, I'm not sure that I've ever been so excited about nutcrackers as I am right now, because we've had just a really good time. This is the little cupcake head. We have those with snowmen on top. We have the baker. So you can reinvent your Christmas, and this does not mean it has to be in the kitchen. It means it can be wherever you want it to be. Be in the family room, be in the living room. Designate that area as the fun area for this holiday season. Again, my best to each of you. Merry Christmas.